You are all set, sir.
Thanks, James. Good afternoon, everybody. I want to welcome you all to the Reynolds School Project Building Committee. It is our regular meeting. We have meetings on the first and third Thursdays of the month, and it is Thursday, August 4th. Jeff, could you do the roll call, please?
Yes, members are asked to signify their presence when their name is called. Counselor Camillo.
Yeah,
Counselor
Mike's not going to be here.
Right.
And same with Rada. Kim
Right.
Rada's not here. Right.
Ms. Drazad.
Here.
Ms. Parati.
Here.
Ms. Dugan.
Here.
Mr. Wetzel.
Here.
Mr. Woods.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you, Jeff. Next item is public participation. I see we have nobody, correct, James?
Nobody with us.
And next is take action on prior meeting minutes. We have one, which would be the meeting of July 21, 2022. I would entertain a motion if someone would make that and approve it. Or move that motion, excuse me, not approve it.
I make a motion to accept the minutes.
And a second?
Second.
Second.
Okay, second, I think it was Amy. Any discussion, any corrections, any questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Is there anyone opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Next item is take action on invoices. I believe, Jeff, we have 3 or 4.
You have 2 invoices today and that were provided for the committee's consideration. The first is from Myers for $272. And the second is from Enviromed Services for $9,892.50. 2 invoices total $10,164.50. And both have been reviewed by Construction Solutions Group.
Okay, is there any questions for Eileen or Jeff?
I have a question.
Yeah,
That first one that you flashed up, it said library books. What is that for?
I believe they were moving them. Yeah,
Yep.
Oh, okay,
yeah. Myers is a mover.
okay, thank you.
Yes, and we have to store the library books for the 2 years or until they move back in. D-Wing's the final phase.
That's fine. I'm like, did I just see that? This.
Yes,
Works.
you did.
Okay, so all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Oh, sorry, Steve,
Aye.
I have a question.
Oh, go
I have a
ahead.
question.
Yes, go ahead. Amy.
On the Enviromed one, is that just for the abatement that was done?
Yes, Amy.
Okay,
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
monitoring of the abatement.
yep, no problem. Thank you.
Okay. So all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Is there anyone opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Next is financial update. Eileen, I know just for the benefit of the committee that while we were moving really well out there and everything is moving quickly, sometimes the finances lag behind because everybody is working so diligently. So this report might not be as thorough and as extensive as it will be at the next time, but I know Eileen will have an update for us. Go ahead, Eileen.
I keep forgetting to unmute myself. Sorry.
Yeah.
Let me try and share my screen.
So do you know, there's a easy way to, if you're muted, if you just hit the space bar and hold
Oh,
the
all right.
bar down, that'll keep you unmuted.
Thank you. Let's see. I just did a file.
No. Right there, is that it?
Yeah, but this is the Excel file. I guess it doesn't.
No, share. There you go.
What happened?
Try sharing again. There you go.
Can every
Click it, click. Now go to share.
Sorry about that. I don't know what's
Okay.
happening.
It keeps,
Okay, it keeps jumping off the screen.
are we able to share?
James?
I have everybody, multiple participants can share at any time.
Because
Right.
it starts to share and then it blanks out to the screen that we have right here. Try it one more time.
Okay, I apologize. What I can do is send out a PDF to everyone like I did last time.
Give it a try one more time.
Go to share. Huh. That's strange.
It is not working. I apologize. And I don't have a copy right in front of me. But what I will do as soon as the meeting's over, there's only a few more invoices that have come in. There's only one pay application that's come in from the construction manager for construction. So we don't have a pay app with the contractors on it yet. That's forthcoming. And then just Meyer, the moving company, Tri-State, that'll be forthcoming. Let's see, inspectors, KBA. But I apologize. I will send it out, but there isn't a whole lot currently. Like you saw, there was just 2 invoices.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Again, apologize for not being able to get the report. That's some of the problem. Even though Zoom is 2 years old to most of us now, going on almost 3 years, it's still new to us digital immigrants. This is when we should have a 15-year-old on the committee that could probably put it up in 2 seconds.
Except they scribbled last time.
Yes, Jeremy, go ahead.
Yeah, that's fine. It happens. Technical glitches. I just need to know: are we still on budget, on track, or how are
Yes.
things overall?
Yes, we are definitely on track right now.
Yeah, I think we're either just over, or just under like $20,000 worth of additional expenses across maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 disciplines. So it's for the amount of work. I had the opportunity to walk through the building this afternoon with Eileen for the amount of work that's been done. Actually, if you walk into the media center, you would have no idea it is the same room. It does not even remotely look like the media center that you were in August, excuse me, in June. It's amazing. And they've done a lot of work in a very short period of time. And it's impressive. Although you have to have an imagination because it's definitely still in the destruct mode, most of it. But the wings where, the kids will be back in, actually custodians are still they're doing some work, and it's starting to take shape. It really is. I think maybe what we can do is in the very near future, maybe before school starts up, we'll have a meeting there. It might be nice to walk through the building so you can
Do
see.
a tour. Sure.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to move on then. I don't see anybody else's hand up. To architects update, Jennifer. Actually,
Hi,
Jennifer,
David.
before you start, let me again thank you and KVA. I know you guys have jumped through hoops to get these submittals through as quickly as you can. And on behalf of the committee, I want to thank you and all of KVA for being part of this team and pushing us through.
Thank you. So we do continue to work on submittals. They come in daily from contractors for various products that they're going to use. So we're reviewing those. There are some requests for information from contractors that we see. So we have to answer some of those questions. We're responding to those. There are some meetings that we've been attending in addition to site visits. This week we did attend a keying meeting. So that had to do with actually what the master key system would be, what different levels there were going to be to key the doors. And that was done along with, we attended that along with Eileen from Construction Solutions Group and Newfield and the trade contractor responsible for the hardware for the doors. That was this week. And there have been other meetings to discuss just ongoing progress, questions, any issues that come up. We've been attending those as needed. Some are virtual and some are in person. We continue to work on the furniture plans along with the District 2, trying to work through that. So we're zeroing in on confirming the budget and what can be new. So again, stay tuned. That's just in development weekly. And we, another site meeting that was important that a lot of us attended, including Steve. Thank you for spending your time out there as well. We reviewed a retaining wall mock-up. There's a large, long retaining wall that's going along the front of the building, along the front, near the front entrance, along the front of the kitchen and cafeteria. And there was a mock-up that we needed to review before they poured the final thing. So that was done. We were able to get some good input and make comments to the contractor so that we can get a good product out there. That was very critical. Some other administrative things that we've been doing is reviewing schedule of values from the trade contractors. That's what sets up for their billing each month, making sure that what they're going to be billing for along the whole project, that the amounts are appropriate and balanced, and that we'd be able to review them by the different stages of construction. That certainly makes our review easier. We'd like to be able to review work for a particular stage and then be able to say at a certain line item that they are so much complete with that particular work in a stage. So we review those, and Newfield submits them. We review them along with Eileen, and make any comments to Newfield if anything needs to be adjusted. And we've been getting responses back from contractors with revisions when necessary. We also have had some potential change orders come through that we review. We've made some comments, and again, we've been getting revisions when necessary through Newfield for these potential change orders. So shortly in the future, you will be seeing some. At this point, most of them have been for value management changes and on the credit side of things. So that's been, nice to review those ones. But these were value management changes that we were anticipating as we were trying to make changes so we can have this project move forward. So this is just getting the pricing finalized for those. So we review that. And that's it for right now. If you have any questions, let me know.
Questions for Jennifer? Seeing no hands. No. Okay, Jennifer, thank you.
Thank you.
Owners project managers update is next. Eileen, you're up again.
All right. I was just telling Jim, we're all on site together, so we have a lot of repetitive information because I'm in the meetings with KBA and Newfield. And actually, I've been pretty much on site on a daily basis right now. As Steve said, there's a lot of progress, and daily you can see the progress. Yesterday, I went into A and there was an MDF closet, and now all the framing is up, the board is up, but it wasn't there yesterday, and the site work is just cruising along. So as you know, the abatement is complete. The temporary offices, as Steve said, we walked through there this afternoon. Those are just about ready. The B wing has the carpet down now. It's very colorful, and this is just temporary B wing. The admin wing and C wing are currently under construction, and that'll be under construction until just before December Christmas break. The site work, the utilities are mostly in. The elevator pit is dug, the waterproofing is in there. They are pouring the footing tomorrow, so the rebar is down. And the retaining wall, the second placement was today. So Steve and I went over to look at the retaining wall, which is looking pretty good. Not finished completely yet, but we're cruising along. I've also had move meetings on site. We plan on moving back in starting August the 15th. So just a short time away. We'll move in the 15th and 16th, and then on the 17th, the teachers will begin to come in. And I also forgot to tell you that paving will be next week, the 8th and 9th, or 8th, yeah, 9th and 10th, and the 11th will be line striping. So we would prefer if most people stayed off site, then would be helpful. Any questions?
Don't see anybody's hands going up.
Okay, I know Rich is gonna share some photos, so you'll see the progress.
Okay, thanks, Eileen.
Thank
And
you.
Rich, construction managers update. Rich, you're up next, and I think probably most of your thunder has been stolen, but maybe you can add some pictures to us if you have more luck sharing the screen.
Yeah, I'll try and share, see if this works for me.
Yeah, it's like you might be having the same issue.
Yeah, it shares for a second and it goes away.
So something's up.
Yeah.
All right, so walk us through your reports then, Rich.
Here, hold on,
All right.
let's try this, because it looks like Zoom has changed something, so give me just a second. Now try. There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
Thanks, James.
No problem. We figure it out.
All right. So one of the things we've been doing these past couple weeks is a lot of it's been sort of infrastructure related items. So here's the framing that you can see. This is that MDF room that Eileen had mentioned, framed up. So we had to bring in our underground conduits. This is what's feeding our telecom systems. The phone lines will be dialing out through here. Your Crown Castle fiber lines will be through this trench going to this MDF room. This MDF room is being fed by Crown Castle on between August 11th and 12th. They'll be installing the new service there. So we need to make sure this room is ready for them, because that's where the main fiber that feeds the rest of the school is going to be into. So we're working through just keeping a clean room for that fiber line to go through, because that'll be a permanent system running through our construction area for this September through December phase.
And
This
just
is
to, I'm sorry, just to clarify, that people that may not know what an MDF room, that's where all of your network, originates from throughout the school. And then your fiber interlinks between buildings, I assume. I don't know if Newington runs between the schools, or usually the police department will be involved. Maybe they run the fiber link that way. But just in case people are wondering, I think that's what we're seeing here. Is that correct?
That's correct. And the fiber line that's going to run into here, I believe 3 other closets throughout the school, one in B wing, that we're going to have essentially a fiber that jumps between the new termination point from Crown Castle into the school's equipment. Eventually, everything will be through this main MDF room here, which essentially is an IT closet, a simpler term. This wall is also being used to house the fire alarm panel that'll be covering the rest of the school as well. So during construction, we'll be migrating the old panel onto the new panel through this new phase, and come December, that new panel will be live in this area. So that's what that box that you see on the left side cut off on the screen is the back box for the fire alarm system. On this wall in an MDF closet, as well as where the security panel is located. So that's the reason we're framing this room early, is to house all of those essential systems. This is a picture over by the kitchen. If you recall, there's an overhang near the loading dock entrance to the kitchen. And these conduits you can see on the left, they're waterproofed into the foundation with that black tar substance going below the foundation wall, or through the foundation wall below the kitchen and into the lower level. So this is where your new electrical service is feeding in from, and in between the switchgear cabinets that are over on the right side in the top right of that picture. This is all going to get flow fill concrete, which is basically a lightweight, light strength concrete poured into this, and concrete pad will be on top of this. So this will all be underground, and you can see the pipes that stub up will serve into cabinets, meters, and disconnects.
Well, a week ago, just for your information, I was there. There was some penetrations through that wall. The conduit that you see in the bottom of the picture was existing that fed the old electrical service. So all that pipe where the guy is standing and from that pipe in the bottom of the picture is all new since last week. A lot of work.
Yes. So here you can actually see this is taken from in the basement below the kitchen. So all of those penetrations you see in that wall are the ones that were in the previous picture. They are going to come through. There's going to be a 60-inch by 60-inch by 18-inch junction box mounted to this wall. And you can see the concrete is all scored and cut below. And that's all the conduits are going to come through that wall and then be fed underground to feed all of our main panels. This picture was taken a few days ago, and this is what that area looks like today. Is where we have to dig 3 feet down, where we're removing the concrete and digging up the area for conduits to run, as well as we have underground work with these new traps and piping that we have to install for the floor drains in the area. This is turning the corner here. In these areas, the conduit's going to start stubbing up out of the slab into wall-mounted panels, and there's also transformers in this area. And we're keeping everything underground here because, as you can see above in this picture and in this picture as well, the existing conduits and existing services are currently fed overhead. So we need to go underground to be able to run both at the same time. Since this building is occupied, we need to keep the existing services running at the same time. So that's what we're working through right now in this lower level. This is the boiler room, which is one room over from where you saw the slab cutting. We have the housekeeping pads laid out here. You can see those are essentially the gray lines marking out where your boilers are. There's the circulation pumps. You have hot water tanks there as well, and there's also some electrical panels in this room. So we're laying out for these new mechanical systems to be installed, and we're going to be working on those through this fall, getting the boilers up and running. Our date right now on our schedule is September 30th for the startup of the boilers. They will be used this winter for to use essentially through the old system, but we're going to keep the water separate using heat exchangers. So none of the old contaminated piping or any sediment in the pipe will get to the new equipment. So they'll be kept clean through by using a heat exchanger, which just doesn't let the water from the two systems mix. We go outside here. This is the elevator pit going in. Earlier today, they were forming up the rebar here. You can see the white membrane underneath is the waterproofing, blindside waterproofing. That will wrap up from the footings underneath, and it then is sheet adhered waterproofing is applied to the foundation walls around it. So this will be poured tomorrow morning for the footings or tomorrow at 11:30 is when our pour is scheduled. This is a view of the retaining wall from the parking lot side. They've poured the first section of it and stripped it. They stripped it today, and they've poured the second portion of it this afternoon as well. So that'll be ready to strip and backfill this weekend. We'll be working on that on Saturday. So you can see here in the middle of the screen going through the wall is part of the conduit run for the new electrical service that's run underground. So we need to get all this in prior to our paving date, and backfill and grading is occurring in the next few days. to allow that to happen. This is a shot from the Reservoir Road entrance. You can see they're grading this section now, getting it ready for the asphalt binder course to start on next Tuesday. Inside the school, we've I believe I showed a picture last week where this ceiling was, or 2 weeks ago rather, the last meeting. This ceiling was removed and the abatement work occurred for pipe installation above. So we've gone back, we've put a temporary ceiling grid and ceiling pads in this space because this wing will be turned back over. This is directly behind the stage, if you're familiar with the floor plans of the school. This wing will be turned back over for student use. So everything above ceiling abatement wise is complete, and we're essentially going to make it look good until we get back here in our third stage of construction. And these are the temporary carpets that were installed. This was done outside of the Newfield portion of the project, but these were installed. These carpets will be in place for September through December until we take over these classrooms to renovate this wing. So these were floors that had abatement activities on them, and so we had to remove the existing floors, but because the students are going to occupy this place again come September, these temp floors were installed. So they they'll only last for 4 months, but we'll then be coming back and finishing our work in this area. But right now our big target dates are the asphalt binder course, which is occurring middle of next week. Crown Castle will be installing that fiber line to the MDF room next Thursday and Friday. They'll be on site for that. And the 17th is the big date we're targeting now for the arrival of staff back on site. And at that point, we'll be confined back to our work area in the A and C wings, as well as the boiler room and the courtyard. And we'll be having a scaffold erected over the B wing building as part of the original phasing plans. So we'll have our worker access by going across the roof of B wing with scaffolding to get in. That way we're keeping our construction activities isolated as much as we can into our construction zone. That's about all I have right now, but we're, like I said, our big push right now is getting this building ready to occupy again in a couple of weeks.
Thank you, Rich. Is there any questions of Rich? Okay, we'll move on. Any other business pertinent to the committee? Jeff, do you have anything? You're muted, Jeff. Maybe you're sleeping, Jeff. There he goes.
Your next meeting is going to be August 18th, so.
Yep. So mark your calendars, 8/18. You don't have anything else, do you, Jeff?
No, I don't.
Okay, brings us back to public participation. I think,
Back to no one with us though.
okay. Comments by members, anyone? Going once, twice. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Danielle. That one, we don't need a second for. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Hi.
We stand adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for your
Thank you.
time.
Thanks, everyone.
See you in 2 weeks.
Thank you.